Well, we're going to try part 3 now. Keeps ticking off, and I've got other things I need to do to catch up on it and get back to, but yeah. So I guess I'm going to have to say a little bit of faster this time, so we get down to the other thing, get down to the end of the thing, and you know, they go, oh my god, that's it. Okay, that's it, I don't even have to do it anymore. Okay, we're done, finished. Adios. With it's a nuclear plant in California. You know, it's a Diablo Canyon nuclear power plant, Mexicali, California. In the city of California, Mexicali, California, you know? They use cheap Mexican illegal labor. You know, back in the day, it was cheap and it was illegal, you know? And instead of paying the people that they should have paid all the money they owed to those people, these are illegal people. They were taking out taxes of their paychecks before they gave them the checks. And then this money, they never paid it to the government in taxes and states. Federal, they didn't, you know, they stick that in their pockets, you know. There was a guy called Guy Reed of the Morrison Knudsen Company, you know, years ago that did this, and up in Beaver, Utah was one place he did this. And I know that because my dad, and the checks that he received, and the checks, the money taken out, it was never recorded with the government. Imagine that. He cheated. You know? And they would turn around trying to make a dead man pay for something like that, probably. You know? That's horrible. So that's just about those people, what, you know, they have doing over there, and the things they have going over there, they're planned, you know, just like music. You know, what kind of plans was this? Just for keeping all that money and stuff, and this cheap crap, and cheap materials. What happens now? They've had this stuff let out on them over there. And there's this, they call it a dark cloud. It's not a dark cloud. You can't even see it, you know. The dark cloud of death, it just slithers along, crossing from after covering easterly in California. A space, you know, widens out to far-reaching areas, southern Nevada, northern Arizona, southwestern Utah. You know, and then this radiation is, the mix is, there's a plutonium. And this stuff is, one molecule is floating in the air, and just happens to get by you when you're taking a breath. 100% lung cancer. That is a fact. And they put this stuff up in the air. They blasted and blasted and blasted, you know, a couple thousand times, including the other countries all around the world. Like, doesn't it affect, is these aliens, it just doesn't affect them, the radiation, and they need it to liven up their protoplasm in their cells? Who knows? This was a lot like before, when they were serving of the Tommy bomb, slipped into the atmosphere and then blew over the same places many years ago. The cloud, the atomic bomb, the radiation. And this radiation is coming over again with the wind. You know, how does it thin out on the way? Does it attach itself, you know, to the dirt, dust, trees? You know, it gets rain, it gets back down in the ground, and what does that radiation in the ground do? You know? There's some places where you probably never really considered, but you shouldn't even get down on your knees on the ground because of said, which is real radiation. And It's radiation, it's shot up. So even the heaviest metals, the minerals, but they do stay closer to the ground. They don't get that initial burst, And that the center point of this stuff is just boiling and radiation and plutonium and who knows what kind of elements. It's like water spewing out the lighter weight first, and then the slow on the heavier ones, They're spinning about and spitting them all back out, just dust coated with poison that will finally clear all those Americans right at the hell out. So we all, yes, you and no Jews about Islam, walking on once our sunshine of all our freedoms. Just look at all of you, please. I'm trying not to laugh. All bending on your knees to the dastardly Dan as an uncle could once be. Islam will walk in Muhammad's murdering footsteps and then promptly enter the no ever leaving the hell of hell's hell. Islam will do his our Father God in heaven's will.